Norway is full of surprises. Some places look so magical, they almost don't feel real. Tiny villages between towering mountains, clear lakes that reflect the sky, and towns with wooden houses that seem frozen in time. It's the kind of beauty that stops you in your tracks and makes you look again, just to make sure it's not a dream. Far from the noise of big cities, there are corners of Norway where everything feels calm, soft, and timeless. Snow-dusted peaks, swirling waterfalls, colorful harbors. It's almost as if these places were made for stories. But here's the thing. These aren't made-up locations. They're real. And each one holds something special. Whether it's the color of the water, the shape of the land, or how peaceful it all feels, there's always something that pulls you in and makes you want to stay longer. Some spots are so quiet, you can hear your own breath. Others are full of soft winds, rushing rivers, or the gentle hum of life moving slowly. Norway isn't loud about its beauty. It doesn't try too hard. It just exists, perfectly. Number 1. Lovenet Lake, Loddal Valley. Lovenet Lake is almost too beautiful to believe. Tucked deep in the Loddal Valley, this lake has a color that changes with the light, sometimes turquoise, other times deep green. It's surrounded by steep mountains, quiet forests, and snow that never seems to melt at the top. The water here is calm. So calm, it acts like a mirror, reflecting everything around it. Boats seem to float on glass. And on still mornings, it's hard to tell where the lake ends and the sky begins. Lovenet isn't just beautiful, though. It also has a sad history. In the early 1900s, huge rock slides caused waves so big they destroyed villages and took many lives. Visitors often say it feels quiet here, not just on the outside, but inside. It's the kind of place where time slows down. You don't feel rushed. You just take a breath, look around, and feel small in the best way. If fairy tales had lakes, Lovenet would be one of them. No doubt about it. Number 2. Marina in Trumsu, North Norway. Trumsu is known for the northern lights, but its marina? That's a whole different kind of magic. Picture boats gently rocking in the harbor, colorful houses lining the water, and snow-covered mountains in the distance. The light here has a softness that makes even the cold feel warm. This small port feels peaceful. Even though it's in a city, the marina area is quiet and cozy. You'll see fishing boats next to sailboats. You might even see reindeer meat being sold on the dock, or hear people speaking Sami, the language of the native people of the north. But even in daylight, this place feels almost unreal. It has that balance of nature and life. The sea meets the land in the calmest way. Snow sits on rooftops, and even the sounds, the soft lapping of waves, the cry of seabirds, feel gentle. There's something about being this far north that adds a layer of wonder. The air is colder, yes, but it's also fresher. Every breath feels clear. Every step feels like you're somewhere few people have truly experienced. Number 3. Campsite for relaxing. Not all fairy tale places are fancy. Some are quiet, simple spots where you wake up to trees, birds, and fresh air. Norway's campsites offer this in the best way. They're often next to lakes, in the woods, or by slow rivers. These campsites are clean, safe, and peaceful. You don't need much, just a tent or a small cabin. What you get in return is the kind of calm most people search for. Imagine waking up and stepping outside to see mist floating over a lake, or sitting by a fire, listening to the wind move through the trees. There are places where you can see the stars like never before. Far from city lights, the sky is wide and full. In summer, the sun barely sets. In winter, you might see the northern lights dancing above your tent. In a busy world, places like this feel rare. But in Norway, they're waiting. No pressure, no noise. Just fresh air, space, and peace. Number 4. Bergen. Bergen in Bergen looks like it was taken straight out of a fairy tale book. This row of colorful wooden buildings sits right by the water, leaning slightly with age and full of charm. It's one of the oldest parts of Bergen and has been standing since the days of the Hanseatic League, over 300 years ago. The buildings are painted in warm colors, red, yellow, brown, and many still serve as shops, galleries, and cozy cafes. When you walk through the narrow alleys between them, it feels like stepping back in time. The wooden floors creak under your feet, and the smell of wood and sea salt fills the air. But Bergen isn't just a pretty face. It holds stories of traders, sailors, fires, and rebuilds. Even after being burned down and rebuilt several times, its spirit remains strong. That mix of history and beauty is what makes it so unique. You can spend hours here just walking slowly, looking up at the rooftops, or sitting by the harbor and watching boats come and go. On rainy days, and there are many in Bergen, the colors of Bergen shine even brighter. The rain makes everything feel even more peaceful. It's easy to fall in love with Bergen. It's not loud or modern. It's quiet, full of charm, and makes you feel like you've entered a simpler world. One where life moves slowly and every corner has a story. If this video made you feel something, even just a little piece, hit the like button. And if you want more places that stir the heart and slow the mind, subscribe. New places, new stories, same quiet magic, every week. Share this with someone who could use a calm moment today. Number 5. Hennings Lofoten. Hennings is often called the Venice of Lofoten, but it has a style all its own. Built on small islands connected by narrow bridges, this fishing village is surrounded by sharp mountains and calm sea. The contrast is stunning, soft reflections in the water with jagged peaks rising behind them. The houses here are painted in soft reds, whites, and yellows. Fishing boats fill the harbor, and drying racks for codfish line the docks. Life feels simple here, but not in a boring way. It's the kind of place where you notice the smell of the sea, the sound of footsteps on wooden planks, and the way the light changes throughout the day. In summer, the sun never really sets. In winter, the darkness is broken by the northern lights. No matter the season, Hennings feels peaceful and strong, like it knows its place in the world. Visitors often say it feels like time stands still here. You walk slowly, eat slowly, and talk slowly. And that's part of what makes it so special. It's a place to just be. Number 6. Olasund Byrampen. Olasund is a coastal town full of Art Nouveau buildings and narrow streets. But to truly feel its magic, you have to climb Byrampen, a viewpoint above the town with over 400 steps. Yes, it's a bit of a climb, but the view at the top, worth every step. From up there, you can see the colorful buildings, the harbor, and the small islands stretching out into the sea. The town curves with the land and feels like a small piece of art surrounded by water. What makes it feel like a fairy tale isn't just the view, it's how the light hits the rooftops in the early morning, or how the fog rolls in slowly from the sea. There's a softness to this town that's hard to explain. Even the air feels lighter. Number 7. Giranjer Fjord. Giranjer Fjord looks like something from a story. Towering cliffs rise straight out of the water, waterfalls pour down from high above, and tiny farms cling to the steep hillsides. The fjord stretches quietly between the mountains, calm and powerful at the same time. One of the most famous waterfalls here is called the Seven Sisters. 7 thin streams fall side by side from a tall cliff, like silver ribbons in the air. Across from them is another waterfall called the Suitor. Locals say he's trying to impress the sisters, and the story makes this already beautiful place feel even more special. Giranjer village sits at the end of the fjord. It's small, but full of charm. Wooden houses with grass-covered roofs, peaceful cafes, and walking paths make it feel welcoming. You can sit by the water and just look out at the quiet movement of boats and birds. Giranjer Fjord isn't just a place you see, it's a place you feel. It stays with you long after you've left. Number 8. Sotifen Waterfall, Hardangervidda National Park. Sotifosen isn't the tallest waterfall in Norway, but it might be one of the most beautiful. Hidden in Hardangervidda National Park, it flows with power and grace, crashing down into the rocks below and sending up clouds of mist. What makes Sotifosen stand out is its shape. The water doesn't fall straight down. It twists and spreads, like it's dancing its way to the bottom. And the sound, it's strong but not harsh, just steady and full of energy. The area around it is full of wild nature. Mossy rocks, soft grass, and trails that lead through untouched land. You can walk close to the falls and feel the spray on your skin. The air is fresh and cool, even in summer. There's something peaceful about this kind of wild beauty. No buildings, no traffic, just the sound of water and wind. If you sit quietly, you might hear birds or the rustle of a small animal in the trees. Number 9. Rain Village. Rain is one of the most photographed places in Norway, and it's easy to see why. Sitting in the Lofoten Islands, this tiny village is surrounded by pointed mountains and calm water. Red fishermen's cabins, called rorbuer, stand on stilts over the sea, and every view looks like a painting. Even though rain is small, it feels full of life. Boats come and go. People walk slowly through the village. The scent of salt, wood, and sometimes dried fish fills the air. Life here is quiet, but never dull. What really stands out are the mountains. They rise sharply all around, like stone giants watching over the village. And because the village is right on the water, their reflection adds to the magic. Sunrises and sunsets turn the whole place gold and pink. Rain is beautiful in all seasons. In summer, you get the midnight sun, with golden light that never really fades. In winter, snow covers the roofs and mountains, and the northern lights dance above. Number 10. Orlands Fjord Town. Orlands Fjord is part of the larger Sognefjord, Norway's longest fjord. But what sets this part apart is the small town of Orland, quietly resting between high cliffs and the still water below. It's peaceful here. Everything feels slow and gentle. The town is small but charming. Wooden houses painted in soft tones line the quiet streets. You can hear birds, the sound of the water lapping gently, and sometimes the distant hum of a boat engine. There's not much traffic, not many crowds, just calm. One of the highlights nearby is the Stegestein viewpoint. It stretches out from the mountain like a quiet promise, offering a view of the fjord that takes your breath away. Standing there, you see the water winding its way through the mountains, calm and silver in the light. Number 11. Saltstraumen's Whirlpools, Nordland. Saltstraumen is a narrow strait in Nordland where the sea rushes with such force, it creates some of the strongest whirlpools in the world. It's not quiet like the fjords, or peaceful like the small towns, but it's just as fascinating. Every 6 hours, huge amounts of water push through the strait, spinning into wild, swirling patterns. You can stand on the bridge and watch it happen. The sound is deep and steady, like nature breathing heavily. The water spins in circles, some big, some small. Fish jump, birds swoop down, and the current moves with power that's hard to look away from. It's like watching the sea come alive. There's something magical about how alive this place feels. It's not dangerous if you watch from the edge, but it's definitely full of energy. It reminds you how strong nature can be. Saltstraumen might not be calm, but it has its own kind of beauty, one that's full of power, rhythm, and wild movement. Number 12. Tindafosen Waterfall. Tindafosen is a waterfall in western Norway that looks almost too perfect. It's wide, with water falling gently down a green cliffside in soft, layered sheets. It's not loud or wild. It flows like a curtain of water, smooth and steady. The waterfall is easy to reach. It's right off the road, and you can walk close enough to feel the mist on your face. The area is quiet, with trees and soft moss surrounding the path. You hear the water before you see it, and then suddenly, there it is, graceful and tall. What makes Tindafosen special isn't just its size. It's the way it falls, almost as if it's being poured slowly and carefully from the sky. It spreads across the rock in waves, not one strong fall, but many soft ones, side by side. Locals say the water here has a calming effect. Some even believe it has healing powers. Whether that's true or not, standing there does something to you. You breathe a little slower. Your thoughts quiet down. Norway isn't loud about its beauty. It doesn't rush to impress. It just stands quietly, waiting. These places, lakes, villages, waterfalls, and fjords, show what happens when nature is left to do its thing. No big shows, no bright lights, just quiet, calm wonder. Some places in this world feel too perfect to be real. But they are, and they're waiting, hidden between mountains, beneath the snow, or beside the stillest water you've ever seen. You don't have to do anything special to enjoy them. Just be there. Look, breathe, and let the silence do the rest.